Hello, and thank you very much for joining me again today. And today I'm back with Mr. Tinashe Jonas. How are you, sir?
It's a pleasure to be back.
Okay, where is the camouflage?
For now, I'm recovering, and for now I'm a wounded soldier.
Okay. So you were abducted on the 24th of December 2019.
Yeah.
And we didn't see you for almost 6 days. What happened? Can you tell the audience what happened?
Okay, what happened is I stay in Pretoria. So after my brutal attack on the 1st of December, the military intelligence and the CIO upped their game. There were a lot of cars, strange people following me wherever I'm going, because they try to very much to eliminate me. So I had to leave Pretoria to go to Cape Town. Actually, I just went to Cape Town without even people in Cape Town knowing that I'm coming.
Okay.
I just called them when I was in Cape Town that I'm here. So they fetched me, and then I was hosted actually at the house of the chairperson, Mr. Mugwagwa.
Yes.
He was the one hosting me. So the mistake we did was we called for a provincial meeting of the party.
Okay.
At a certain place in Cape Town, and be known that among these people, one is a military intelligence.
Okay.
So the meeting was starting at 8 p.m. From the information of these people who abducted me, by 7 p.m. 3 cars were already at the venue, so that they see us coming, arriving, which car are we using, even after the meeting.
Yeah.
So these cars were being used to follow me. Like one maybe follows us for 5 minutes, another follows, so that we don't see.
Okay.
So unfortunately we were staying close to the beach.
Yeah.
So we only recognized one car which was following us. So we drove for another extra hour.
Okay, that was the night of the 23rd.
I think this meeting we did, I think either 22nd or 21st.
Okay.
I arrived in Cape Town on the 20th.
Yes.
of December. So I suspect we had a meeting on the 22nd, somewhere there. So the other 2 cars, we didn't recognize that they were following us. They realized which complex I was staying.
Okay.
And every day now, these cars were always parking there, the 3 of them. So one follows. Where we were going to pray, they were following us again.
Yes.
So they realized where I stay, they realized where we were going to pray.
Okay.
So after getting this routine, what then they did was planning which day to do it. And we were not aware that they know everything.
Okay.
So on the day in question, as we closed our eyes, because I know in Cape Town I'm not much known.
Yeah.
I know that I'm known in Pretoria. As we were praying, I think 3 minutes into prayer, then suddenly there was a gunshot, and then we were ordered. They just actually when they shot when the bullet went off. When I heard the sound of the gun, they were already putting a mask in my face. And then I just assumed me and Mugwagwa, we were both taken, because they closed my face like a bag, maybe like Shangani bag, I'm not sure. And then we entered the car, but to me the car seemed like a 4x4, like this latest Ford double cab. And the cars, actually there were 2, but I just I realized it was one. But as we drove like an hour, where we went was like a farm, and I was like being kept in the basement of, I suspect, a house.
Okay. So these guys who took you in the car, how many people were there?
The car was full, like there were 4. I think we were 5 in the car.
Yeah.
And then there was a second car which was monitoring the whole thing. It was also, I think, 5 people, or 5 or 6. Okay. Because eventually in the basement there were about 10 in total.
Okay. And these people, did they say anything in the car?
Yes.
Okay, what were they saying?
No, they were shocked that we were only 2. They expected me to have probably because we were two praying, but they expected me to have other cars, maybe 2-3 cars of security. So
Okay.
they were actually shocked that we were only two.
Okay. And then during the time when they took you, did you ask them anything?
No, I didn't ask them because the moment you are taken by people, they take control of you.
Okay.
Obviously, so they are the ones who tell you what to do or they ask you questions.
Okay, so they didn't ask you anything in the car?
No, in the car, they just wanted to know if we were only two. And I mean, in the event, maybe some guys were filming them somewhere.
Okay, and they said what? Is it in Shona? They were asking Shona or in...
They were speaking in Shona.
Really?
I think only two were speaking Ndebele, but the
Okay.
rest were Shona.
Right, so after you drive for 1 hour, you find yourself in a basement
Yeah,
with about how many guys around you?
there were about 10. Two
Okay.
were Ndebele speaking, 8 were Shona speaking.
Right, so on the first day, what happened?
On the first day, it was just more of torture. Yeah, maybe, I don't know if this is visible on the screen.
Yeah, I can still say.
Yeah, it's a deep cut.
Yeah.
And then I've got a broken rib.
Oh, okay. So this is terrible because you know why? You recently had an attack on 1 December.
Yeah.
So I can imagine, how were you feeling during this whole time?
I can say, politics in Zimbabwe, it's a dirty game.
Yes.
Yeah, the illegitimate government, the coup government, which has successfully created fake political opposition parties, doesn't want the truth that I'm telling Zimbabweans.
Okay, so day 1 goes by.
Torture.
They leave you alone or they stay with you?
No, they were staying with me.
So they stayed with you in the basement?
Yeah.
All the time?
No, the guys some were going up because
Yeah.
I suspect it was a house,
Yeah.
but some were looking after me.
Okay. And then what happened? Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5?
At day 1, it was more of torture, more of intimidation, more of threatening exercises, frog marching and stuff. But day 2 was more of deals.
Okay.
Like they were asking me, why would I want to be part of POLAD?
Okay. So that was day 2.
Yes.
And then as time went on, did you understand what they wanted from you?
No, they were clear to me. These guys demanded to, number 1, to kill me. But number 1, they wanted to do a deal with me. Like number 1, I should be part of POLAD.
Okay.
Then number 2, I should be part of, like a deal whereby I get paid. Let's say I go to POLAD, they would process my papers, my flight, and they would want me to be paid so that I appear like a fake opposition.
Okay, so you basically, this was an attempt to transform you into one of their puppets.
POLAD, yeah, POLAD is like Mashurugwi.
Of course, Mashroom, very dangerous guys.
Yes.
Right, so let's look at this whole thing. Personally, I thought you were going to be killed.
I was supposed to be killed, but something happened.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what happened?
What happened is, I can't remember. I was abducted on Tuesday, right?
Somewhere there, yeah.
24th was what? Tuesday.
Yes.
Yeah, Wednesday. Then I suspected Thursday. Because when you are under abduction, you can't count the days. That
Yes.
is Friday, it's Saturday. But I suspect it was Thursday or Friday of the same week that there was a video you posted,
Okay.
which was Mugwagwa was saying it was
Got footage.
something like my abduction. Police are saying they've got my footage
Okay.
of the abduction.
Yes.
Immediately they called an emergency meeting.
Okay.
In that emergency meeting, was if I didn't cooperate, they wanted to take me to Zimbabwe. Immediately, if I agreed to a deal, I was supposed to be flown to Zimbabwe under escort.
Okay.
Like they would process my passport and then arrange a flight, or whether they drive, whether it's a private jet. I didn't know how I was going to fly to Zimbabwe. But after a deal, I was supposed to go to Zimbabwe and then get paid money on camera. Like
Okay.
they would tell me what to say in a room, maybe bagged with cameras, so that whatever I say in that room, it's like a deal, and then I get money, I'm paid. Whether after paid that money they will take it back, they just want to have footage, you striking a deal, selling a revolution. Probably, after that they can release the video.
Yeah.
That you have sold the revolution, so that the people they just leave you. So the idea was to fly me to Zimbabwe, and then maybe they get that footage. After that footage, then I become part of POLAD. If again maybe they don't trust me, then they were going to kill me. Okay. But what happened was when they realized was that they were following the media, then I think it was posted on your platform that the police are claiming to have the footage of the abduction. So unbeknown to them, they suspected that the area they abducted me, there was cameras.
Yeah.
So now they thought they were on camera,
okay,
the whole abduction. So it was not easy to kill me now. So what they did was the guys who abducted me were about 4 or 5.
Yeah.
They to arrange they meet the same night for them to fly back to Zimbabwe, so that they are not arrested in South Africa.
Right. So then they released you. How did they release you?
The way they released me was they took about 2 or 3 days in planning how to release me. So what they did was they took me to a place called Harare.
Okay.
Harare it's a high density suburb under Kaelicha.
Yes.
So I was dropped somewhere, maybe it was I think 3 kilometers roughly from a police station called Harare.
Okay.
Harare police station. And then after I was dropped, someone was like with me, like behind me, okay, like to say don't look back.
Yeah.
And then after maybe 30 minutes or so, I realized that there was no one.
That guy was gone.
Was gone because it was around 11 midnight. You know, 11, half past 11, almost midnight.
Okay.
So when I looked around me, there was no one. After probably 30 or more minutes, and then I knew that the guys are gone. So I asked some people around for a police station. They showed me that it was actually closer, a Harare police station. So when I went to Harare police station, they had no transport to help me. They drove me to Kaelicha police station, where I went to see Colonel Fortune.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a white guy. He was the officer in charge. I think it was around 12 midnight. So Colonel Fortune arranged the transport. A certain captain and a constable, they drove me to Milnerton police station.
Okay.
At Milnerton police station, they called Mr. Mugwagwa, who came to fetch me. And then the following day, it was already morning. I think it was around half past 1 a.m. And then around 8, 9 a.m., that's the whole day I had meetings with the head of crime intelligence and the head of national intelligence agency for Western Cape.
Okay. So I want us to end this discussion here.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to ask, we have in the second episode, because I want this to go on WhatsApp.
Okay.
And already have the minutes that can fit on WhatsApp. Okay. Is there any last thing you want to say before we close this particular session?
I want to say to Zimbabweans, ZANU-PF is very serious about looting, about retaining power. We need to unite now and free our country. Without mass uprising, there's nothing. Number 1, there's ZANU-PF. Number 2, there's MDC. We need number 3, the people of Zimbabwe, third force. I can call it the third force. Zimbabwe would be freed by ordinary Zimbabweans under third force. Hashtag third force. Forget about ZANU-PF, forget about MDC.
Okay.
Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Tinashe Jonas. I don't want to strain you too much at this point. So we'll keep having these short interviews. We'll be back again this weekend and we'll continue the discussion. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.